Generative AI, the part of artificial intelligence that can generate all kinds of data, including audio, images, text, simulations, and videos, among others, is considered to be an important area of AI research and development. This rapidly growing field has the potential to revolutionize the tech industry. It is said to take inspiration from existing data, but also generates new and unexpected outputs, changing the way we approach content creation. My guest, Ayo Akinola, a tech entrepreneur, will be sharing his thoughts on the new generative AI tool called ChatGPT.
ChatGPT is a language model, basically a computer program that can understand and write sentences like a human being would. So the GPT means Generative Pre-training Transformer, and it was developed by a company called OpenAI. I'm sure you see OpenAI. You've come across that as well. The buzz around it and why people are excited about it is largely due to its ability to generate like human-like text, basically write like human beings, which can be used in different areas like customer service, content creation, talking to robots on the internet, or even writing an entire script of a movie or a 500-page essay in seconds. So it's really smart. It's an AI that is really smart, smarter than you and I. And that has gotten people worried that it could also be used in ways that are not, good for the society. So yeah, that is what it is.
And how can people use this? I mean, it's a revolutionary technology. How can people use this AI chatbot?
So the primary use is, it involves understanding and generating text. So some examples could be answering questions, similar to a search engine, generating, text such as, email responses, writing essays, writing books, entire books, or articles. It can also be used to summarize even large amount of texts. And you could also use it to translate. Yeah, so you could translate from one language to another. So those are just, a few examples that you could use ChatGPT for, but the potential is vast and is diverse. But with its help, you can save a lot of time and improve the quality of work in many, many, many fields.
Talking about its use, there are concerns, in some quarters about its implementation in schools. Should we really be worried?
Well, yeah, there's some reasons to be worried, but it's really about one of the major reasons why it should be worried, or why I'm worried about it and its implementation in schools particularly, is the lack of critical thinking, right? It's because it's so easy to use. Anybody could use it, and it's so smart. You could use it to do any assignment, any homework, any research, anything really on a basic level. People will stop really thinking for themselves. Students will stop thinking for themselves, really. They just go home and open ChatGPT and do any assignments, and they're not really using their own minds to think and trying to solve solutions for themselves. Another worry in the application or educational application or in schools is misinformation. So because ChatGPT is not online, basically it's not connected to real world events. It's basically just a plethora of texts. It could pass information that is maybe old or not directly involved in the timing or the matter that you're speaking of or you're trying to solve or get now. So it could lead to some sort of misinformation. And maybe one more thing would be job displacement, right? Because it becomes more advanced, right? And is able to perform tasks that, previously would require human intelligence, or there's a risk of job displacement and for teachers and other professionals. So those are, I would say, are the risks in a school setting, yes.
Well, it's no doubt that AI has been around for a while now. But what impacts will this chatbots have on intelligent automation?
Intelligent automation. Well, languages like this or models like this, they have a great potential to impact intelligent automation. One major way is enabling more natural human-like interaction with machines, right? With the ability to understand text, it can be used to create some sophisticated chat boxes or virtual assistants, and it could improve, the user experience and make it easier for people to interact with, your computer or your machines or anything really. Another way it could impact intelligent automation is by allowing machines to perform tasks that are required or that require human intelligence. So such as, like I said before, you want to summarize a whole book, right? Or you want to translate one language to the other, or you want to generate content for your social media post or for a publication or something. You can now, it will help improve or increase the efficiency, and it will reduce a lot of time and labor, or human time and labor in those certain areas. But it's important to note that the technology itself is relatively new. So there are important ethical and societal considerations to keep in mind. Yeah.
There are questions about its reliability, when compared to a search engine like Google, for example. Which would you say wins and why?
The almighty Google. They serve different purposes, and they have different strengths and different weaknesses. A search engine like Google is designed to provide a user with a list of relevant information sources, right? On maybe a specific topic, right? So what it does is to crawl the web, rank pages based on their relevance, and then present the most relevant information to you. So that's why you see page 1, page 2, page 3, and then you see different lists on Google. Whereas ChatGPT is trained to understand and generate text, right? It can answer questions and generate responses. It has the ability to access vast amount of information. It may not be able to provide accurate results like Google, but that being said, they can always be used together. I would say they both have their strengths and their weaknesses, and they can be useful in different situations. In terms of finding maybe accurate and authoritative information, I would use Google. A search engine like Google would be more reliable. But for tasks that require maybe understanding and generating texts, then, for example, if I wanted to write an essay, ChatGPT would be the most useful tool.
Well, one thing is sure, which is that when it comes to artificial intelligence, there's so many areas we are yet to explore. But finally, before I let you go, in your opinion, is ChatGPT a good or bad thing?
Whether it's a good or bad thing will depend on how it is used and the context in which it is, it is used. It's very important to understand that there's potential risk and benefits in technology like this, and we need to find a way that's, to use it in a safe and ethical and something that is in a way that's very beneficial to the society. So is it good or is it bad? It really just depends on how it's used.
And we'll leave it, at that. Thank you so much, Ayo, for sharing your thoughts on tech trends.
Thank you very much.